Dr. Joanna Ray from Sustainasoul, where we talk about soulful and sustainable living, including financial resilience and financial independence. So thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed to my channel and are following me on my financial independence journey. It means the world to me and I do appreciate it. And in this video, I'm going to show you my asset allocation. And as you can see on the screen, I have here my total net worth broken down into different asset classes, primarily stocks on the right hand side and a little bit on the left hand side, and mostly more low interest, safer investments on the left hand side. I just wanted to show you here that my primary investment is in ETFs, which are S&P 500, that is with Vanguard, that's at 24%, as well as the total US stock market, that is VTI, at 7%. And I do have about 19%, I target it for around 20% in the NASDAQ 100, primarily in QQQM. And then we have the kind of smaller portions of my stock portfolio. About 1.8% or roughly 2% is individual stocks. That does fluctuate as I do make some swing trades on those individual stocks. And I do have a dividend ETF. If you don't know from my portfolio reveals on a monthly basis, that is actually SCHD. And that I hope to grow to about 20% in the future, 15 to 20%. And I do have a small portion of around 4% in crypto. I really don't want this proportion to go over 5% at any given time of my total net worth. All right, and then on the safer side of my asset allocation, I do have 15% in a pension, which I cannot touch until I reach retirement age or until I leave my work position. And then I have a cash position, which includes my emergency fund of nearly 10%. And lastly, I do have a bond-like investment. This is not actually a bond that has a high interest rate, so it's not in a very high yielding interest rate at the moment, and I will discuss this later in the video, so stay tuned for that. So this is just showing you a brief overview of my asset allocation. If you're interested in knowing my net worth, maybe make a comment in the comment section below, and I will see about doing a net worth reveal at one point. And right now I'm in the process of re-evaluating my asset allocation. Also, as I mentioned earlier, I have looked at my asset allocation and I feel that my asset allocation is a bit too heavy in cash. Aside from a 6 to 12 month cash position in an emergency fund, I have started putting money in an HYSA or a high yield savings account, and I think that I have too much money in cash as well as too much money in a bond-like investment, which I made about 10 years ago, 2012, and that investment is not really making high returns. In fact, the yield is about 1%. And with the high yield savings account having a interest rate of around 5% at this time, I think that it can be either put in a high yield savings account for a very safe return or invested in the stock market, which can also have high risk, high return. I just wanted to mention that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not investing advice. This is just for entertainment purposes, just what I'm doing. It's just one person on her financial independence journey. As I said earlier, my bond-like investment is around $30,000, and I think that I will allocate that money to probably the VTI and SCHD and QQQM, roughly, let's say 60% VTI, maybe 20% QQQM, and maybe SCHD for another 20%. So I will look at probably staggering that into the markets. I know that theoretically lump sum investing and getting that money into the market is the best way to go. However, that just makes me a little bit nervous with that sum of money, and I do think that for me, a staggered approach to investing that $30,000 is probably a better way to go. So I will be looking at investing that by the end of the year of 2020 2023. And so by December 2023, I should have all of that money invested. So at this point, and as I mentioned in my July 2023 update, I'm going to go ahead and link that above. So if you haven't watched it, please check it out after this video. And I have mentioned that my next goal, since I have reached my goal of 100K invested in the market, I would like to try to strive for 150K. So obviously, with this injection of a $30,000 position into my stocks, that will definitely speed me up on my path to reaching 150K. Originally, I kind of expected that to take 2 to 2.5 years at my current rate of investment, which is around 20K per year. I have been working side hustles to try to bump up that amount, and I know that it is difficult, but there's only really two ways to increase how much you are investing in the market and how much extra income you have to invest, which is spending less and making more. There's only so much you can do to spend less, and so the other side of the equation, which I have been working on, is to make more. So there you have it, everyone. I wanted to just show you my asset allocation and kind of what I'm thinking now in July 2023. This video should become out by the end of the month, and I will reevaluate my accounts after I do make this investment towards the end of the year. I will probably do another asset allocation update at the end of 2023. If you do like this content, please click like. And if you do want to see more content like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button. It helps me out so much, and thank you all for watching.